How's it going, guys? I have been in exam season for a while, so I could not have recorded a video, but I'm close to finishing, so here I am sat down to talk about what happened. Sorry, my iPad fell. So I got King. I had King. Tier. So I had King, but shit happened, and I did migrate to 4066. So let me explain what happened. Let me tell you about it. Because there's a lot of videos going around, some in Russian, some in English, of what happened. But they were all mostly false. There is only one real one, which is from Joe Woody, who personally interviewed me. Pardon me. Second. This fell over here. So he interviewed me, he asked me what happened, and I did tell him. And then he recorded a video in Russian. I think his channel has the same name as his username right here. So if you want to go check it out and you're Russian speaking, go check it out. But all the videos that are made by 4065, especially Conductor, are massively wrong. I basically migrated because, well, I'll be honest, the leadership was shit and I wasn't wanting to ruin the kingdom by fighting, right? Because I didn't agree with a lot of views that, for example, our whale had, Faisal. I covered up the whole thing. Like, I covered up the whole kingdom situation that we've had for a while now. Basically, he wanted one thing. I knew the better way is another thing. But since he's a whale and I don't want him to act up and ruin the kingdom, I followed his lead, right? So that's why, most likely, well, quite possibly, we were named as the dictatorship kingdom in our seed. Because Faisal, he did whatever he wanted. He jumped around, burned whoever. And whenever I said no, well, shit happened that happened like a week ago where he rebelled. He joined the top two alliance where the Turkish one. I'll be honest. The Turkish are close friends of mine. So I supported them from the very start. When Faisal wanted to burn them, I stayed by their side and I was like, look, it's the top two alliance. I trust them. Let's not. There was a lot of arguments, but in the end, our 4 years were like, okay, you're the king. You say you choose what's gonna happen. But Faisal ended up going there because he had a disagreement with me and hyping up the Turkish. So basically switching sides, right? From, oh yeah, let's burn the Turkish to just, hey guys, I'll stay here because there's some disagreements with lunatic. And fairly enough, the Turkish did talk to him about taking king because, well, obviously he is in the alliance, and the two T5s that they have were in his alliance. I'll show you what I mean. See, so this was the top one, right? Where Faisal currently sits, and Pisidia, right? At the time, I only had Pisidia. Sadly, Pisidia is a 65-year-old grandpa that is probably spending his whole pension on this game, but he still is a T5 and I told him how to play the game, so I trusted him, right? But Faisal went to top two, he went here, was joined by Ahmed and Esfer. Both T5s, right? He's a T5 already, he's a future T5. And they both were like, oh, how about we overthrow Lunatic? And I don't know what exactly happened in, well, Faisal's understanding of the game. But he came back to me. He was like, look, Lunatic, they are trying to rebel against you. First of all, well, I feel like I know why. It's because they have all the T5s. I don't blame them. If I was the top two and I had all the T5s, I'd go, well, I have all the power in the kingdom. Why would I not try to get king? Fair enough. Then I went, hey, Faisal, could you get that R5 then? Because they trust you. So if you take R5, we can swap them real quick and get back to having peace in the kingdom, right? He started giving me, sorry for my, sorry for the language, bullshit excuses why he can't take king. The R5, sorry. R5 was up to you. I was like, no, no, come on, you should do this because it's better for the kingdom. You just proved to me that they are lying. And he was like, no, 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 no. So after a bit, he came back to the alliance, to top one. And, well, seemingly that was the end. For me, that really wasn't the end. I was like, my most of my whales do not know how to play the game, right? Faisal, I love the fella. He's a nice guy, but he just drops the money, the game in the money in the game, and then disappears for time. And then he kind of came back maybe 2 weeks after I was like non-stop texting him. I was like, yo, are you awake? Are you here? Are you alive? Because MGs, right? He came back on the day of the first of MGE, right, event. And I've already given it out to future T5s that are gonna be my garrison. Well, supposedly was supposed to be my garrison. And he goes, I need a spot. I told him, I was like, you were inactive for 2 weeks. There's no way I give you a spot now. You know, now that you just come back, just cause. And I was like, I wanted to conclude with this. I was like, okay, you know what? I could possibly give you a spot. And he was like, okay. And then he named a really like weird number to be like the top 1 points. It was like 10, 15 mil. And it was like, yeah, but why would a whale that wants to be garrison be getting 10 million points? Like, I see how it works. But my other T5 was willing to get 30, 40, 50 million points for wherever he took to be top one, right? So I told him no, right? So then there's a whole Turkish thing happened where he moved to top one, and then I found out they're on tier belt, and I was sat down with a couple of my friends, and I was like, I might as well just leave because why give an opinion when the opinion isn't listened to? So my initial idea was, wait, let me go back to the kingdom again, was to give it to 365, yeah. So give it to Pixel and so Pixel, this fellow over here, which I loved and trusted. Pixel over here and Eisen, if he didn't migrate out yet. But I think I've named Eisen a couple times before. Where is he at? Yes, I'm not sure where he is, but I was gonna give it to him and Eisen. I can actually check where Eisen is. Yeah. So yeah, so he's in this alliance. But I was gonna give it to him and Pixel Shed, because what I wanted to do was I want to fight KVK, but I didn't want to fight in 65 because, well, I don't feel like it was reasonable to stay because no one was listening. And no one respected my choice. So I wanted to get Pixel and Eisen as people I trusted to fight KVK. I was gonna ally them for KVK, so we had a 2v2. And I texted it in our forward chat that I'm leaving and I'm keeping the king title with Pixel and Eisen. Before Eisen could get on the line and say even a single opinion of like a yay or nay, Pixel hops in chat and goes, no, I don't like Eisen. All the Russian people support him, including Faisal, including Popper, everyone that basically is sitting right now here, fully supporting him. Well, except for a few people, but I'm not gonna name names because they will migrate here soon. Once we lose Star, because 66 got the star, the rising star. So, and I was like, okay, then I'm giving it to Eisen, right? Like, if someone is bloodthirsty for the crown, I'm gonna give it to someone that isn't, so I know they won't do bullshit with it, right? And they tried to go like, oh, Gleb, please, like think about it, like think about the people, think about like who they trust. It's like, yeah, part of like most of our people here at the time were people from 63 where Eisen came from. And I was like, that would be reasonable for everyone to trust him. And all the leadership, including Faisal, went fuck no. And after I said a no a couple times, I'm gonna give it to Eisen. Well, we can all guess what happened, right? Mind you, shit, commanders, what is this? 42 Julius, 42 Caesar. Anyway, 1, 2, 2, 3, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So, don't mind my garrison. It wasn't set up at the time. I wasn't prepared for a fight. So I got swarmed, right, by Faisal because I didn't agree with his dictatorial views, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm not having it. So I gave it to Love, which was the new. He was neutral. I gave it to Love, and I was like, yo, it's your opinion on what to do. I do not care anymore. Like, if y'all want to ruin the kingdom, y'all want to ruin the kingdom. So I dipped. A couple people came with me. Anarchy is a person like from my kingdom. Um, where is Oh, by the way, we got like two massive whales just like yesterday. Dex, former R5 of top two. Uh, and then actually quite a bit of people went to top two from this kingdom. And more to come. It's just we got the stars, so I can't really migrate anyone in right now. And there's still a whale that has to come, so we're trying to lose the star for that. Nevertheless, I got attacked and I was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out. I gave it to Love, who ended up giving it to Lil Love, who ended up giving it to Pixel, who, ended up succeeding as king. And then it was like everyone's expecting us to ally, right? 65 and 66, because 67 and 68 officially allied. And how I see it is I do not want to fight my own people. I'll be clearly honest. I would not want to fight someone I grew the kingdom with. I still respect every leader there, every R4 for standing their ground. I just don't respect the choices they make as leadership. Then they dropped a bunch of shitty propaganda that was like, "Oh yeah, lunatic couldn't how do you say couldn't keep up the weight of having the crown," and he migrated. And then the other male was like, "Oh yeah, lunatic didn't receive enough migrants, so he thought that he failed the kingdom, so he left." Lunatic's a traitor. And you can see me as a traitor, right? I left my kingdom because, well, there wasn't a reasonable reason until now, until I have said it. Um, and a lot of people that I did go to the kingdom with did think I'm a traitor, which is pretty sad. And I feel like that is, well, it hurts, right? That someone I grew the kingdom with, someone that knows me, that I'll do anything for the kingdom, calls me a traitor. And you can clearly see it in Conductor's video. Obviously, it's for the Russian audience, but clearly, Conductor's main claim is that I abandoned the kingdom, I betrayed it. But the reason for it is because, well, everyone can't say hated me. It's just no one agreed with me. And yes, I can see it to be as I'm 15, so some might not want to be led by a teen. But after all, Rise of Kingdoms is built on the younger side of people, right? Like in 60 GT, there was a couple of people that were teenagers. 2377 were teenagers, and it's like I see in the world where adults don't want to get led or instructed by teenagers, but this is a game. Like after all, it's just a game. And if a teenager got king, like you might as well listen because he probably got it for a reason. Anyway, I'll stop my rant. If y'all want a review of 66, maybe some talks with the king and like a Q&A with the king, let me know because well, I'm pretty close. As you can see, I'll be the main war lead for the KVK. And I'm trying to like set up some diplo shit right now. So in the closest days, like next week, I'll tell you guys who will be the official allies. So thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for listening to my rant. Please, please, please do not go and hate on 65 because I don't want this to go out further than leadership. I do want you to have an opinion and I do want you to build your own opinion on this. But don't go hate watch. Don't go bully. Don't go do anything bad to the people. Because at the end of the day, it's just a game, as I said. So I hope you had fun watching this. I hope I cleared stuff up. So thank you so much. Have a nice day. Like, comment, subscribe, press the bell. I'll see you in the next video.